Me and my mom were best friends. We were exactly like each other, which I'm super glad because she was the best person to ever exist. She cared so deeply for everyone around her, especially her family, including me, my dad, and my sister. We were her everything. All she wanted was for us to be happy and taken care of. She was the best mother I could ever ask for. When you took her life, you took away a part of so many people. She was a rock for a lot of people, and taking that away from us destroyed parts of us that we didn't realize could even be destroyed. My mom did everything she could to make sure that everyone felt loved and safe around her. We used to do everything together. She understood me, she loved me, she cared so much for me. She was the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, and I hope one day to be just like her. She was my inspiration for everything. None of us expected this or deserved this. When she went on that trip to Michigan, I was expecting her to come back. I never thought that that was the last time I was going to see her. I was a senior in high school. I didn't get to see her. At my graduation, she wasn't able to help me get ready for college. Going to college has been a very difficult thing for me without having her to guide me. She won't see me grow into the adult she always wanted me to be. She won't be there for any more huge milestones in my life. She won't get to be at my wedding or meet my children. She won't get to become a grandmother even though she wouldn't want to be old anyways. I just don't understand why someone could do something like this. She was the sweetest person who didn't deserve this. She had her whole life to live, and she deserved to see us grow into the people we are now and will become. This entire situation should have never happened. It ruined my life, it ruined my family's life. It hurt so many people who needed my mom in their life. No matter what she did, bad or not, no one deserves this. And I hope you rot in hell and get what you deserve.
That's, I believe, all of the victim impact statements, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Anything else people would like to say?
Judge, you've heard, understanding that you're new to this case, it does have a significant history, clearly a huge impact on the family of Natalie Ramshaw. Even for me, this is the longest case I've had. I've been an attorney with the prosecutor's office for 8 years. This case has been a part of 6 of those years, which is a long time, and I would ask that you follow the sentence agreement at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Perkins.
May it please the court, I did want to address the issue of credit. I believe in the report it indicates 1713, but the court may not be aware. He I knew about that. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Makepeace. It wasn't the application of the jail credit, it's the totality of it. He surrendered on September 9th of 2021 in another state, so that is not calculated. They're calculating from the time that he arrived in the state of Michigan, so the difference in that would be a total of 1779.
So credit for time suit is 1779?
Yes.
Is that agreed?
Yes, Judge, that is supported by the documents and information that we have as to when he was actually taken into custody in another state.
I'll make that correction.
Other than that, I don't have any other additions, corrections, or deletions.
Okay.
And then, if I may, Judge, just with respect to the way the report reads, right now for count 1 manslaughter, it says that the jail credit is 0, and then for count 2, it says that it's 1713, it should be 1779, but that one should be 730, reflecting the 2 years, and then the rest would be applied to count 1.
That's agreed.
Could you say that again, please?
Yeah, so on page, the second page of the report, basic information report, count 2 of 2 in the bottom right corner of that cell, it should be 730, which is 2 years. And then the balance of it should be applied to count offense 1 of 2, which I had the number of
1,049.
1,049.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Perkins?
No. No, Your Honor. I'd ask you to adopt the census agreement, Your Honor.
Mr. Medina, anything you'd like to say, sir?
No, Your Honor.
I've had a chance to review the pre-sentence report. As indicated, I am new on this case. I understand that there have been 3 previous trials that resulted in hung juries in all of those cases, in all of those trials, which is probably the principal reason why the prosecutor offered you a charge reduction, I would assume, from the murder in the first degree to manslaughter, because of that. But clearly, you know, from hearing from those statements from the family of Natalie this morning, I mean, it's clearly she is well loved, well respected. People have traveled far to be here, have shared their statements, and they're very, very powerful. And from hearing those statements, you know, I just ask you as a human being, Mr. Medina, what's your impact from that? It hit me, it hit you. How so?
How this has impacted me?
How do those statements impact you? Statements of taking her mother away from her. Statements of how she has been kind and nice to people. And how this was such a senseless act. 36 years of age, she's gone. You're 47 and still breathing. So do they have any impact? Is there any empathy in your heart?
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna grow up, kids are gonna grow up without their mother, you know, I understand that.
She was shot in the head, right? That's undisputed, correct? Are you saying that was an accident? You pulled the trigger, right? It takes pressure to pull the trigger. That was you, right?
Yes, sir.
So what caused you to pull the trigger? You've been locked up close to 5 years and you still don't know? You're 47 years of age and you still don't know? You can't own up to this? I know you've owned up to it in terms of taking a plea to a lesser charge. I'm talking to you man to man, accountability. She's found in a trash bag. That was you put in a trash bag? Maybe they're right, you had no heart. Turn all the burners on in the house, and then skip to Mexico for however long? The words that resonated from their statements was coward. Don't look down at me, look me in the eye. I'm looking you dead in the eye. I think they're right. A killer and a coward. A coward to the point where you can't even acknowledge to the family here the gravity of your actions. You want me to go along with this agreement? Maybe I should go be a 4th trial. Let me try this case. Because as I look at you, I don't feel anything from you. The Michigan Department of Corrections says it's a good agreement. They're fine with it. The lawyers are fine with it. I'm the last hurdle. And you give me no reason to go along with it.
Your Honor, if I may, I don't think that his non-responsiveness to questions he couldn't anticipate, that he has a right to allocute, he has chose exercise not to allocute. It doesn't necessarily mean that he feels the way that you think that he feels, and maybe by his body language he's conveying something to you. I don't believe that. I as a person who's talked to him for not as long as, I haven't been on as long as this case as Mr. Makepeace, but I don't think that's a fair representation as to how and what type of individual he is. I know his family.
Tell me what is fair. Because what he's throwing to me, I've been part of this profession over 40 years, my friend, and I know people. I've been in your shoes. I've represented folks charged with this. I've been on his side, same thing. I know people.
I know.
This is a human reaction. Please tell me something I don't know. Enlighten me.
What I'm saying is everybody's reaction to different circumstances and different stimuli are going to be different. So to interpret that after setting down and setting down and having 5 years, 10 months, and 15 days, or more than that actually, but to have that and have that not be impactful in his non-responsiveness, that's just, I don't think that's a fair assessment. He has accepted responsibility. He has and is looking to move forward, and the fact that he has an inability perhaps, oftentimes people who are set in shocking situations, and I understand, I'm not comparing his situation to those people who just, those statements are gripping.
Yeah.
I haven't heard people allocute or speak like that as eloquently and as passionately in a long, long time. And to be faced with that, I stumble over my words right now. I've seen these people pray for these people for days and weeks on end. As a Christian, what do we do? We do here, right here. And to say that he doesn't have that, what you're looking for, almost at the crescendo moment that he can't give you, doesn't mean that he doesn't have remorse, doesn't mean that he doesn't accept responsibility. And, the impact of this moment, I never thought I'd be at this moment right here. And as a lawyer who's goes into court every day almost of my life, I'm stumbling over my words myself. So an individual who's again been in the crosshairs of this, is responsible for this, and for a person who, from those words and the glowing words of who this person is, to know that I'm responsible for that, I don't know if I'd be able to tell you anything. I don't know if I'd be able to say anything. So
You may not be able to say anything. I can just look in the man's eyes. I look in your eyes. I look in your. I don't see anything.
Your Honor, I turned myself in.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I turned myself in to face this and to give them what they wanted. This is what they wanted. They got it. I'm sorry for what happened. If I could take it back, I would, but I can't. I just gotta move forward. They gotta deal with it. I gotta deal with it too. It's terrible. It should have never happened. I agree.
you turn yourself See, you did.
Um,
Go ahead.
I was just not my head.
All right. Only because there's a sense of agreement in this case. And I have the utmost respect for both attorneys on both sides. I know this was given a lot of discussion. It's been 3 trials, which is unusual, that by itself. And I assume that the family was consulted, regarding this agreement. So based on that, I will go along with the agreement and sentence you, Mr. Medina, on count 1, the involuntary manslaughter, to serve a period of 6 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. On count 2, the felony firearms, mandatory 2 years in prison, which is consecutive to the 6 to 15 in count 1. You should receive credit for 1779 in terms of time served that you spent awaiting disposition of this case. And the way the parties explained in terms of the days, count 1, count 2, that too will be adopted into the judgment. There's also a crime victims amount of $130 and state costs of $68 as well. If you want to appeal your case, Mr. Medina, we'll give you the paperwork to do so. Fill it out, get it back to court within 42 days of today's date. And if you're without the money to hire an attorney, the court will appoint one for you at no charge. I wish you the best and the family the best moving forward.
Thank you.
Acknowledge receipt, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.